Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'm fine," when you're clearly not? I knew that would happen when you absolutely didn't, or looked back at a bad decision and thought, "How did I not see that coming?" Here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to admit. Your brain is lying to you, constantly. Not maliciously, but systematically, automatically, and often brilliantly to protect you from pain, preserve your self-image, and keep you feeling in control. And the craziest part? You have no idea it's happening. Today, we're lifting the curtain on self-deception, not as a moral flaw, but as a biological survival tool wired into your brain. We'll uncover why your memory is a fiction writer, why your confidence is often bluffing, and how your brain rewrites reality to keep you from falling apart. By the end, you won't just understand yourself better, you'll see everyone around you differently. So, ready to meet the greatest con artist you'll ever know? It lives inside your skull. Most of us believe we're rational beings. We think we weigh facts, consider options, and make logical choices. But neuroscience says that's a story your brain tells you after the fact. Meet post-rationalization. In a famous experiment at Yale, researchers showed participants two photos of people and asked, "Which one do you find more attractive?" The participant pointed to photo A. Then, here's the twist, the researcher used a sleight of hand to swap the photos and hand them photo B instead, saying, "Great, can you explain why you chose this one?" Over 70% of people didn't notice the switch, and they didn't say, "Wait, that's not who I picked." No, they confidently invented detailed reasons why they loved photo B. "I like her eyes. Her smile feels genuine." Their brains lied to preserve consistency. Your brain would rather invent a fake reason than admit, "I don't know." This isn't rare. It happens every time you justify a bad purchase, defend a flawed opinion, or say, "I meant to do that," after a mistake. Your brain's motto is, "Make it make sense, even if it's nonsense." Now let's talk about your memories. You probably think of them as video files stored in your brain, accurate, replayable, true. They're not. Every time you recall a memory, your brain reconstructs it, like rebuilding a sandcastle from scattered grains. And each time it adds, deletes, or distorts details based on your current emotions, beliefs, and needs. In one chilling study, scientists implanted entirely false memories into people's minds, like getting lost in a mall as a child or spilling punch on a wedding guest. After just a few interviews, over 50% of participants vividly remembered events that never happened, complete with sensory details, smells, sounds, feelings. Your memory isn't a library, it's a creative writer editing your past to fit your present. And this isn't just about childhood stories. It's why two people in the same argument swear they heard different things, why you remember being right all along, why trauma survivors sometimes recall events inaccurately, not because they're lying, but because the brain protects itself by blurring pain. The takeaway? Your past is not fixed, it's fluid, and your brain is the editor. Now let's talk about your confidence. We admire confident people. We trust them, we follow them. But confidence doesn't equal competence. In fact, the Dunning-Kruger effect, a landmark psychological discovery, shows that the least skilled people are often the most confident. Why? Because to recognize your incompetence, you need some competence. It's like trying to judge your own spelling when you don't know the alphabet. Meanwhile, truly skilled people often underestimate themselves because they're aware of how much they don't know. Your brain inflates your confidence to reduce anxiety, keep you taking action even when you're unprepared, maintain social status. But here's the hidden cost. Overconfidence blinds you to feedback, traps you in echo chambers, and makes you vulnerable to manipulation. Advertisers, politicians, and even toxic partners exploit this. They don't sell you the truth. They sell you a version of reality that flatters your self-image. And your brain? it happily buys it. So why does your brain do this? Simple: survival. Back in the savannah, if early humans dwelt on every failure, every danger, every social rejection, they'd freeze. They'd die. So evolution built a brain that downplays threats, like, that lion probably won't chase me. Magnifies successes, like, I scared it off with my stick. Creates a coherent self, like, I am brave, capable, loved. This narrative self isn't truth, it's a psychological immune system. And in the modern world, it's still running the same software, just with new inputs. Social media likes equal tribal acceptance. Job rejection equals exile from the tribe. Relationship breakup equals threat to survival. Your brain lies to you to keep you from spiraling into despair. It's not broken, it's protecting you. But protection becomes prison when you can't see reality clearly. So, if your brain is a master illusionist, can you ever see clearly? Yes, but only if you become a detective of your own mind. Here's how. Ask, what am I avoiding feeling? Every lie your brain tells serves an emotional purpose. If you're blaming someone else, ask, what would I have to feel if I admitted my role? Seek disconfirming evidence. When you're sure you're right, actively look for proof you're wrong. That's real critical thinking. Journal with brutal honesty. Write not what you did, but what you felt, especially the ugly, shameful parts. Your brain can't lie as easily on paper. Embrace, I don't know. That phrase is freedom. It's the antidote to post-rationalization. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Your brain isn't betraying you, it's trying to help with outdated tools. Thank it, then gently correct it. So, the next time you catch yourself saying, I've always believed this, or I never do that, or of course I was right, pause. Ask, is this truth, or is this my brain protecting me from something harder to face? Because once you see the illusion, you're no longer trapped by it. You're not broken for being self-deceived. You're human. And now, you're awake. Remember, the greatest act of courage isn't lying to yourself. It's learning how to catch yourself in the lie.